Here is the winter forecast from DTMet. This forecast is for temperatures, precipitation, and snowfall compared to average for the period from November 2023 to March 2024. This is our final forecast for the upcoming cold weather season. However, we may update this forecast if significant or unexpected pattern changes evolve. A moderate to strong El Niño, developing across the tropical Pacific, is expected to strongly influence weather patterns across North America this winter. Many other factors were considered, including current and forecast global weather patterns and global teleconnections. Analogs of similar setups were also factored into this forecast package. First, let us look at some key highlights regarding temperatures expected during the upcoming winter season and any changes made from our previous forecast. Above average temperatures are expected from the northern plains to the Pacific Northwest. Below average temperatures are expected across the southern U.S. and along the eastern seaboard. This is primarily a reflection of a very active subtropical storm track in areas which are denoted as near average. Significant swings in temperature are likely with bouts of very cold air, alternating with periods of very mild air. This is especially true across eastern Canada, the Great Lakes, and into the Midwest. Overall, no significant changes were made to the temperature forecast. Now, let's look at the precipitation forecast highlights and changes from our previous forecast. Below average precipitation is expected across the interior northwestern U.S. Above to well above average precipitation is expected across the southern and eastern U.S. We have added above average anomalies to the west coast, as the expected pattern may yield one or more significant atmospheric river events along the immediate west coast during the winter season. Elsewhere, no significant changes were made to the precipitation forecast. What about snowfall? Here are the key highlights and changes we've made to the snowfall outlook. Below average snowfall is expected across the northern Rockies and the interior Pacific Northwest. Above average snowfall is expected across the southern Rockies and southern High Plains, as well as from the Appalachians to the northeast and across portions of the Great Lakes. We have added an area of well above average snowfall for parts of the mid-Atlantic and northeastern U.S. We have also trimmed the below average snowfall in the northwest to account for expected above average precipitation closer to the coast. Now, let's take a look at the maps, starting with the temperature forecast. The warmest anomalies are expected across the northwestern U.S. and western Canada. Temperatures could be well above average across parts of the northwestern U.S. this winter. Below average temperatures are expected across the southern U.S. and along the eastern seaboard, where an active storm track is expected to persist. As stated previously, areas denoted as near average could see wide swings in temperatures throughout the winter. Now, let's take a look at the precipitation map. Below average precipitation is expected across the northwest and much of western Canada. Precipitation is expected to be above average or well above average across the southern U.S. and along the eastern seaboard. We have also added above average anomalies along the west coast to account for the potential for one or more atmospheric river events, which are possible with the expected pattern this winter. Elsewhere, near average precipitation is expected during the upcoming cold weather season. Now, let's look at the snowfall outlook. Below average snowfall is expected across the interior Northwest, which includes the northern Rockies. Above average snowfall is expected across the southern Rockies and southern high plains. Above average snowfall is also expected from the Appalachians to the northeastern U.S. and across portions of the Great Lakes. We have included an area of well above average snowfall across portions of the interior mid-Atlantic and northeastern U.S. Elsewhere, snowfall is expected to be near average for the cold weather season. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, kindly subscribe and enable notifications to be updated on future weather alerts.